take your seat. The debate is about to begin. We would like to introduce you our educators for the fourth debate. Our educator is Mr. Mark Rodriguez. Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. The motion of the fourth debate is that public examination is are good indicators for students' abilities. On my right hand side is the affirmative team. They're from our technical schools. Right now. The first speaker of the affirmative is Michael Lai. The second speaker is Gabriel Learn. And the third speaker is Anthony Ho. On my left-hand side is the negative team. They are from Puying Secondary School. The first speaker is Ben Cheng Man Peng. The second speaker is Kelly Fan Lee Yin. And the third speaker is Mai Chern Man He. Each speaker will speak for a maximum of 4 minutes and 15 seconds. There will be a single warning bell ring at 3 minutes and 30 seconds. 2 bells ring at 4 minutes. And the bell will ring continuously at 4 minutes and 15 seconds. At which point, the speaker must take their seat. Now I would like to call upon the first speaker of the affirmative team to begin his team case.
Chairperson, educators, ladies, the motion for our debate is the public examination are good indicators of students' abilities. Today, as the first speaker, I will be talking to you how public examination is a fair way to indicate students' abilities. And some definition. Our second speaker, Victor, will be talking to you how public exam is effective and give some rebuttal. And our third speaker, Anthony, will give some rebuttals and sum up our team's case. First, we define the motion of public exam indicator and ability. According to Oxford Dictionary, public means something is open to all people of an area, a country, or the world. Exam means the formal test of a person's knowledge or proficiency in a subject or skill. Indicator means the thing that indicates the state or level of something. Ability means position of the need or skill to do something. Now, I'm going to discuss one point, and our team's line is that public examination is good, fair, and effective. My point is public exams are fair in the way they show students' abilities. This is fair. For example, in Hong Kong, we have DSE public exam, and every candidate starts the exam at the same time, in a similar venue, in exam hall. And everyone is marked and graded in the same way with the same marking search. How is this important? Well, it means that DSE and other public exams are respected for their fairness. They are reliable measures. Compare public exam with school internal exam. School may be different in learning and teaching. So, each school has a different level of assessment. School internal exam cannot show one student's abilities in general zero. So, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, public exams are fair to show students' abilities. Today's motion was that. Thank you.
Testing.
May I call upon the first speaker of the negative team to begin his team case.
Good morning, educators, ladies and gentlemen. Before I begin, let me rebut some of opponents' arguments first. It seems the above design has suggested that public examinations are the best way to measure students' abilities. Ladies and gentlemen, we are afraid that we have disagreed. Students may have answered in the same questions at the same time under the same circumstances. But are they in the same mood or in the same state of health or under the same amounts of stress during the exam? Definitely not. Now, back to our team's case. We firmly believe the motion plate must fall, and our team line is clear. Public examinations are unreliable and invalid indicators of students' abilities. Public examinations bring disadvantage. As first speaker, I will explain how unreliable public examinations are, as they cannot truly reflect the abilities of students. Our second speaker will then show you that public examinations are invalid as they do not really test what they intend to. Our third speaker will sum up our team's case. Public examinations are not a reliable means of measuring the abilities of students. According to the Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary, something is reliable if it can be trusted to do something well. Public examinations certainly cannot measure the abilities of students well. If an examination is reliable, the same student taking the same exam should get the exact same score on any given day. Public examinations certainly not like that. Many types of questions in public examination. For instance, essay writing are marked subjectively, and it is almost impossible for any two markers to give the exact same mark to a student's answer. How can exam result be true indicator of students' ability if that is the case? Public examination inevitably cause stress to certain students. You must have heard the term test anxiety. And what are the consequences of test anxiety? Most cognitive psychologists said that, well, a healthy type of anxiety can help students strive for better performance. But students with an unhealthy type of anxiety may be emotionally disturbed or even withdraw from schoolwork. Ladies and gentlemen, are you really taking that risk? Students with unhealthy type of anxiety are considered mentally ill and should receive treatment from psychologists or even psychiatrists. According to the American Test Anxiety Association, the majority of students have been more stressed by public examination, such as psycholastic aptitude test or SAT, than by anything else in their lives. About 60 to 20% of students have high test anxiety. So serious is the situation that public examination system worldwide are constantly being reviewed for the sake of future generations. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not saying that public examinations are worthless and should be abandoned. We are just trying to say that they are neither reliable nor valid indicator of students' abilities. You have to see how some students' ability cannot be truly indicated by public examination. Another our team concern is that what public examination indicator is not what they claim to. This leads to the issue of validity, which our second speaker will follow on later. Therefore, we firmly believe the motion today must fall. Thank you.
We call upon the second speaker of the affirmative team to continue his team case.
Good morning, Chairperson, educated ladies and gentlemen. The motion of the argument is the public examination are good indicators of students' ability. We are in the affirmative team. We believe that this statement is true. The negative team tried to tell you that our way is the best way, but we never said the best. Just say fair. We are not comparing two methods. This is error. Let me continue our team case. Our team line is public exam is good, fair, and effective. Our team first speaker have just said how fair is the way you indicate students' ability. Public examinations are so effective because it is reliable and more important, it is systematic. This 2 points will be my argument. Why are public examinations so reliable? As first speaker of our team said, every student who particularly the public examination are equally doing the same exam with the exact time, so students are based on their basic tools. No matter which year you do the exam, they are equipped with the same standard and syllabus, like Hong Kong DSE. This well-known exam in Hong Kong. They have the clean guideline that are given to the students. How want to get the high marks? There is not big different standard every year. The good of the public exam is well used because this syllabus and grading guidelines are so reliable that can enhance students' studies. They are directed in a proper way to learn, to study step by step. Therefore, public exams are so effective because this is reliable and well-oriented system. Next, the public exam is also a systematic way to indicate your knowledge. Some people said the exam is comparing the handwriting of the speed. I don't think that quick handwriting speed is an advantage when you are doing the exam, but we think that it is the whole part of the exam. The markers don't have time to interview every student in Hong Kong. Handwriting is only the effective way to express your knowledge to the exam. The exam is the way you prove your abilities. Markers are more able to grading, and so exam results indicate students' abilities. Because exams is a reliable and systematic way. So, ladies and gentlemen, today's motion must stand.
Miyako appoint the second speaker of the negative team to continue her team's case.
Good morning, Chairperson, educators, ladies and gentlemen. Let me first rebut our opponent's argument. The affirmative side has suggested that public examinations are unreliable. As you will see, I will like that is really also consistent in my speech. Now, back to our team's case. We firmly believe the motion today must fall because public examinations are unreliable and inferior indicators of students' ability. Let me explain how inferior public examinations are. Our first speaker has pointed out that public examinations are unreliable because markers of the same paper may mark slightly differently, especially of highly subjective question type. So, in order to raise the reliability of exams, exam centers tend to design more objective question type. Examiners tend, such as MC questions or ones requiring short answers only. When setting exam questions, sometimes examiners must distort them so that reliable point-for-point marking can be achieved. The question writing process is limited because the questions must be able to be marked without much personal judgment of the marker to be reliable. There is ample evidence from our observations of the question writing and script marking process and from script analysis. Take for example, the following 3 marks questions that appeared in a recent Hong Kong DSE Information and Communication Technology exam paper. The question is, describe 3 steps a student will take to find and obtain a picture from the internet. How will you answer the questions? Do you think you can get all 3 marks? The marking schemes gave 1 mark for each of those 3 steps. 1. Use a search engine to find a picture. 2. Go to one of the sites displayed. 3. Copy a picture onto the internet. The marking scheme is written like that so that the marking can be more consistent across different markers. But I want to ask, why can't the first step be switch on the computer or log on to the internet? Does that mean I will lost mark in the exam? Does that really mean I am less competent than the other candidates in ICTs? Ladies and gentlemen, we have only been trying to tell you one thing, that public examinations can somehow indicate students' ability. But it is by no means a good indicator because public examinations are unreliable and inferior. Therefore, as a team, we firmly believe the motion today must fall. Thank you.
Miyako appoint the first and the last speaker of the affirmative team to conclude his team case.
Good morning, Chairperson, adjudicators, ladies and gentlemen. The motion today is that public examinations are good indicators of students' abilities. First, I want to point out some mistakes made by our opponents. The first speaker of the negative team said that there are not exactly points that score the student that doing the same task. I think that the result is that approving the same task, the same paper at the same time, if you cannot get the same mark, it's not because of the paper, it's because of your personal reason. And the second speaker of the negative team said that marking the people marker is different from the other, so the marking scheme will be different. But actually not. Our government have already provided with clear guidelines and marking schemes to our tests so that you can follow those guidelines to get higher marks. Back to our team case. We believe that the public examinations are good indicators of student abilities. Our first speaker, Michael, said that this is a fair way to indicate students' ability in public examination because everyone did the examination at the exact same time, same paper, and same question. Not only that, the public examinations are fair enough because this is open to everyone who wants to join. It can make sure that no one will be able to write down your own name, your own information on the paper. For example, just like I've just said, ATS is just like a little bit bad imagination to others. So, if I heard that ATS, just relax before the debate. And in public examination, won't do that because you won't write down your name or which school you come from. So the markers won't judge us on their personal feelings or reasons that are not reliable. Fairness are the biggest reason that public examinations are good indicators. We, the affirmative team, believe that there must be reasons that examinations are well used because it is fair and effective. And that's what I'm going to talk about. The second speaker of our team said that it is a good indicator because it is effective. Although their opinions said that the examinations are the best way to indicate student ability. But ladies and gentlemen, please look at today's motion. It's only talking about the good indicators, not comparing to each other. So, we cannot deny that examinations are bad indicators for student abilities. As we all know, there are thousands of students who participate in the public exam every year. So, if we have to follow the negative team guidelines, we should organize a talent show for each student. So, how long will it take for one student? Exactly. How long will it take for all Hong Kong students that year? Public examination can solve that problem. Public examination have strict, fluent guidelines that for students that who want to get higher grades. And public examinations aren't just including writing on the paper, including reading, speaking, anything, etc. Include drawing. So, ladies and gentlemen, just like our debate, you cannot say debate is ignores to students that cannot talk. Sorry.
May I call upon the third and the final speaker of the negative team to conclude his team case.
Good morning, Chairperson, educators, ladies and gentlemen. Let me rebut our opponent's some arguments before I begin the summary of our team status. The affirmative side has suggested that markers will not judge unreliable because the paper do not have your name and which school you are come from. Ladies and gentlemen, although the paper do not have our school and our name, but in the writing paper, anyone have their ideas. But if everyone have their ideas, but the marker only use their way to make the exam paper is unreliable. And the affirmative side has suggested that getting different results from the exam same answer on the exact same paper is due to personal reasons and not due to the paper. However, it is impossible to say that ranking is not a subjective paper. Therefore, this cannot be true. Ladies and gentlemen, we firmly believe today's motion must fall because public examinations are unreliable and invalid indicators of students' abilities. Our first speaker has mentioned how tests cause anxiety. Here's a true story published in the Washington Post in January 2013 about a mother named Kathleen. When her son was in 3rd grade, she noticed some edginess in him right before he took his very first public examinations. The Pennsylvania system of school assessment tests. Her son used to pass all tests with flying colors, but by 5th grade, he was worried about every assignment, every lesson, and every new concept. The night before each test was sleepless for the child. And as explained by our speaker 1, test anxiety coupled with inconsistent marking greatly lowers the reliability of public examinations. Let's also not forget what speaker 2 has said about their poor validity because of the way exam questions are set to ensure consistent marking. According to the College Board in New York, when determining the validity of a test, it is important to study the test results in the setting in which they are used. Ladies and gentlemen, you all know very well that public examination results are in the form of a test of scores or grades, and nothing more. Sometimes even just a pass or a fail. Such results may be valid for ranking the candidates, taking the exam to decide who should be qualified for college admission or career placement. However, can they indicate the various abilities that individual possess? I very much doubt that. Ladies and gentlemen, before I end my team's case, I would like to propose a better indicators of students' abilities than public examinations. We need to place more trust on the professional judgment and conduct of our teachers at school, who know their students' abilities better than anyone else in the world, because they observe students' learning outcomes for an extended period of time. More emphasis should be put on assessment done at school in the form of learning profiles with evidence. We believe these will be true indicators of students' abilities, not public examinations results. Judging from the unreliability and invalidity of public examinations. Ladies and gentlemen, today's motion must fall. Thank you.
That's the end of the 4th debate. I would like to thank both teams and their coaches for their involvement in the debate. May I invite our judges to give some advice on the debaters' performance?
Testing. Okay, I'll just go through the affirmative and negative sector. So affirmative team, I felt that your definition was kind of too many things, and you define public and exam and indicators and abilities, but I didn't really see the connection to your team line of those definitions. So that I think is important. And another thing, it's not hard to say only next days at the moment, but the other thing is it seems like you asked a rhetorical question, how is this important? But you're the first speaker, and I think more important than asking me, how is this important, you should tell me how it is important.